self-image is everything, okay? And I really do mean self-image is everything. Everything you have accomplished in your life so far, everything that you have attracted, everything that you have done because you have a set of beliefs, okay? All your actions, or rather, all your results stem from your actions, and all your actions stem from your self-image and your beliefs, okay? If you change your beliefs, then you will change who you are, period. So looking and learning to look consciously at who you think you are, your own identity, and your own beliefs about yourself will completely change your life. And you will realize that what you are is completely interchangeable. It is, you might even say that who you are doesn't matter, because you can be anything, really. I mean that on a very, very deep level, okay? Obviously, there are certain things that you can't change, okay? You do have a set of genes to work with, and unless you want to undergo like surgery, then, you know, you are stuck with the sex that you have. And also, you are probably going to live your life with only 2 arms and only 2 legs, okay? There are limitations. But to a huge degree, what you are is just a happenstance, just a circumstance, okay? What you are is completely changeable. On a mental plane, that's especially true, okay? The mind is literally, the mind is completely changeable. What you think and what you believe is 100% in your control, okay? Getting a little windy. Gotta tie down my top. But your mind, if you are willing to master it, is 100% within your control, and your mind can be exactly as you want it, okay? There is no limitation on the mind. And for the physical body, even for the body, it is incredibly malleable, okay? And your body even responds to your own beliefs about yourself. The way that your cells receive information on how to act is from your thoughts, okay? If you are stressed out, then you will produce cortisol, and cortisol will hormonally change your how your cells act, okay? They will produce more energy at a too high rate that isn't sustainable. That will mean you end up getting burned out and you won't be able to rest properly, okay? Even just on a biological level, the thoughts that you have in your head will activate certain hormonal responses that affect your body, okay? And even deeper, your cells, the way that they adapt to their environment is through you, okay? Everything adapts to its environment. Everything, okay? If it's cold outside, then obviously you start producing more heat. If it's warm, you start sweating. Everything relates to its environment. But in order to do that, it has to read its environment, okay? And when you have a multicelled organism, then the way you read the environment is through the mind, okay? Because it doesn't make sense for every single one of your trillions of cells to individually relate to the outside environment, okay? For bacteria, that's what they do because they are single-celled. When you have a single-celled organism, then that cell will on its own react to the environment. But when you have a collected machinery that can read the environment and just send that information to the body, then why would each cell need to do that individually, right? if you're really interested in this, then you can read a book by Bruce Lipton called Intelligent Cells, okay? But the gist of it is that, and this isn't like some nonsense, it's actual science. Your cells, the way that they read your environment is through your brain. And the reason they do that, once again, is because it wouldn't make sense for each of your cells to individually have to read its environment. Because you have a collective, you have a mind that can simply do that process, okay? So the cells can outsource the environmental programming to the mind, okay? But that means your cells rely on your mind to tell them what to do, to tell them how to act in a certain situation, okay? That means it's your responsibility to make damn sure that the thoughts you have in your head are good for the body, okay? And back in the day, that was a simple task because there wasn't, a lot of stuff that could go wrong. I mean, one example is stress, okay? Our ancestors wouldn't really be stressed that often because when you did have stress, it would be short term, okay? Maybe you stumble upon a bear in the forest, okay? And then you sprint out of there and get to the cave. And then it's over, okay? You never see in nature that an animal is under prolonged stress. But in the modern world, that's the norm, okay? Everybody's stressed out about something, okay? Whether it's their job or their friends or what people think of them. Or maybe they just spend way too much time on their phone and now they're worried about the war in Ukraine or whatever. Not that you shouldn't, care for other people, but quite frankly, so many people are stressed about things that are happening, in a place they will never see, okay? They are worried about wars that will never affect them, that they will never engage in, and they are making that a source of misery for themselves, okay? Spoiler alert, there is always something bad going on in the world. And if you really want to go look for bad things, then you can sit on your screen all day and you can become as miserable as you want, okay? There is always something bad happening somewhere in the world. There's always something to be stressed about. And if you want to go look for it, then you can do that. But you're being a goddamn fool, okay? Ignoring the bad things that are happening in the world isn't evil. It's actually really healthy. And you should do it. And you need to do it. And for the most part, you can't change it anyway. And if you can't change it, then why bother? Why obsess over it, right? But that's just an example, right? There are so many things that stress us out permanently that we never come down from. Now, to take it a step further on why self-image is so fucking important, the placebo effect. In medicine, every single new piece of medication has to be tested against a placebo, right? Placebo basically means that you believe something will work for you, and then it does, okay? Even if a doctor goes to a patient with a fake pill that does nothing, and they give it to the patient, and the patient believes that the pill will take away their pain, as an example. If they believe the pill is a painkiller, then the patient will actually have reduced pain afterwards, okay? The placebo effect is so strong that in World War II, when they ran out of morphine on the front lines, the doctors would take a needle with just water in it, squeeze it into someone who had their fucking arm blown off, and amputate, okay? And it would help, it would work, okay? And if someone isn't on morphine, then you can't cut their fucking arm off because, they will be screaming in pain and, going wild. But if you gave someone a needle with water in it, the placebo effect was so strong that you could amputate their arm afterwards, okay? That's how strong it is, okay? And it is so strong that every single piece of medication has to be tested against the placebo effect. Because you need to make sure that whatever medication you've developed actually works and isn't just, placebo. And the funny thing is that for some reason, modern medicine just doesn't talk about the placebo effect, okay? You have this magical effect that if someone just believes something will heal them, then it works. And you just like ignored it and pushed it to the side and said, okay, let's test medication against it just to be sure. The placebo effect proves that what you believe about yourself and what you believe has an effect on the body. Because if you believe that literal water in a needle will take away your pain, and that effect is so strong that a doctor can amputate your arm, then it fucking works, okay? What placebo proves is that your mind and your consciousness has control over your body, can affect your body, can heal your body, okay? That what you believe about yourself comes true on a biological level. Now, to take this further, in yoga, and by extension Hinduism, it is understood that the body needs a blueprint, okay? Not just your genes. And actually, let me go one step back, because genes, okay, no one is truly limited by their genes, okay? No one is born fat, no one is born ugly, no one is born weak, okay? Because if you were, or rather, you can't be, because your parents managed to reproduce, okay? If they did that, it's because they were strong and healthy enough to reproduce. Now, some people, or rather many people, because it's the modern world and everybody is sick, but when basically your genes can be activated and deactivated, it's called epigenetics, okay? In the span of a human life, or a few human lives, your genes can alter in their expression, okay? So let's say as an example, let's say that you are never exposed to the cold, okay? For 2 generations, your parents have just, lived comfortable modern lives. Then the gene that actually makes you cold resistant will get turned off because it has become obsolete, okay? Now, you might be born with weak cold resistance, but that's not something that you can't change, okay? It just takes some effort. But even when your genes do change, then they go dormant, okay? They can be reactivated. Your genes don't go bad on a fundamental level over a few generations, okay? And if you go back 5, 10 generations, maybe even 20, then I can assure you that your ancestors went through some tough shit, okay? And if they did that, then it's because they were strong and healthy, okay? And if your parents managed to, find each other and find love and be attractive enough to another person to get love, then that means their genetic looks, at least, are good enough to do that, okay? So many people think they are born ugly, that it's their genes that's the fault. It's not your genes, it's what you do with them. Because if every single one of your ancestors managed to do just fine with your genes that you have now, then you can do so too. The reason that people are told that they have bad genes is because modern medicine cannot fathom what we are doing, okay? But it's not a coincidence that literally all signs and symptoms of autoimmunity, of lifestyle diseases, of cancer, cardiovascular, all the nonsense are going up, okay? We are living in the sickest time in human history. You can't just blame that on genes, because that's ridiculous. How can a genetic change be the thing that has caused all of us to suddenly just get sick over 50 years, okay? That's not how it works. So you don't blame your genes, okay? No one has bad genes, because if you did, then your ancestors wouldn't have, come here. No one has bad genes, okay? Some people have bad gene expression because they have been poisoned by heavy metals and because they don't spend any time in nature or work out or eat healthy. but no one has truly bad genes. Anyway, on to yoga and Hinduism. In yoga and Hinduism, it is understood that your body needs intention to work the way it does, okay? Your body needs a blueprint. That's what we call karma, okay? And karma, there are many ways to understand karma, and karma is also used. Karma is used in a lot of contexts, but in this context, when I say karma, I mean your soul or the energy that is underlying to your being. Okay. Let's say that I'll use an example from my life. Okay. I used to be very, very weak as a child, very inactive, and just very physically unfit. And I always saw myself as being weak because I got bullied. So weakness became a very central theme in my being and my identity. You might even, I would say that it was my karma to be weak. Okay. Now, that of course manifested as me being weak, okay? And I worked out for 4 years and I still didn't get any gains, okay? That's despite doing all the fitness nonsense and trying protein shakes and whatnot, okay? But I was just weak, okay? For the past year of my life, I've had more gains than the first 4 that I've worked out, okay? I worked out for 5 years now. And the past year, I've had more gains than the first 4, okay? And what changed is that I changed, okay? I started to see myself as strong and reaffirm my belief to myself. But my point is, what you believe about yourself, your karma, your soul structure, your intentions is what creates your body, okay? If you don't intend to be strong and you don't believe that you can be strong, then your body simply won't respond. Once again, because your beliefs shape your body. So if you want a strong and healthy body, you need to change your mind first. And you also need a good intention to change your mind. And to change your body. You need drive and ambition and intention for your body to turn out a certain way. You need a goal. If there is no purpose to your body, then your body won't change into the tool that fits that purpose. Okay? Your body is an instrument that can be shaped towards your goal. But if you don't have a goal, then your body doesn't know what to become, okay? The physique that I'm building is made for martial arts and for, nature. I love being in nature. I love wandering and hiking. That's the 2 things I want to do. So that's what I'm building my body towards. And that's what I'm visualizing, okay? I want to get like a Bruce Lee physique, okay? If you don't have intention, if you don't have ambition and drive and purpose, then your body doesn't know what to do. Your body needs instructions. It needs a goal to orient itself towards in order to know how to grow. So you need to make that clear to your body. And there are many ways to do this. You can do affirmations. You can meditate on it. You can visualize it. I'm currently in a yoga course by Pashupati, which is super interesting. And we do a thing called Yoga Murti, which basically means your yogi image. Okay? So we will draw ourselves as what we wish to become. Okay? By doing that, you orient your body and mind towards a certain goal. I have another one here. This is like me as a berserker, because I love Vikings. But when you do that, you force your mind to visualize, and by focusing on the visualization, by drawing what you wish to become, you are spending consciousness. Okay, you are focusing your attention on this image. And drawing especially is super powerful because you spend a lot of time doing it. You spend a lot of time focusing on your vision, okay? When you do this, you change your unconscious beliefs and you change your karmic structure. You change how you perceive yourself. You change your self-image, rather. Karma can also be understood as your self-image, because your self-image is responsible for all of your actions and even for your physical being, okay? Your karma is your circumstances, okay? That's the best definition of karma. Karma is circumstance. And much of your circumstance is directly defined by your being, okay? And your being is defined by what you believe, is what you believe yourself to be, okay? So when you start to consciously shape your identity, when you start to tell yourself who you are through affirmations, instead of letting the world tell you who you are, then you will take your true form. I'm trying to catch my own train of thought again. But yeah, I think that's about it. To sum it up, your body quite literally responds to your beliefs, okay? And that's not like some esoteric yogi stuff, okay? That's science, okay? First of all, that your cells need to receive information on their environment to act upon it, okay? And in a multicelled organism, your cells receive their environmental information from the mind, okay? Because the mind is what perceives the world around it, okay? And if you have a bad response to your own environment, if you have bad thoughts about yourself and about the world, then those thoughts will stress out your body and put it in a different state than it should be, naturally. Secondly, placebo. Placebo proves through science that what you believe about your body comes true, okay? That if you believe you have been healed, you have been healed. That and the same is true for the nocebo effect, right? That if you believe something bad has happened to you, then something bad has happened to you, okay? It goes both ways, okay? So your beliefs quite literally shape your body, even scientifically. To take it a step further, all your actions that affect your body are defined by your beliefs, okay? If I think of myself as the kind of guy who goes into the mountains and works out, then that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to get a strong body, right? But for the first 18 years of my life, I didn't see myself that way. I didn't see myself as a person who worked out. I saw myself as a weakling who just sat on his, ass and played video games all day. So that's what I did. And to take it another step further, then the traditions of yoga and Hinduism say that what you imagine yourself to be, what you identify with, is literally what you become, okay? That literally the thoughts that you have about yourself manifest as physical reality. You are dreaming your own body into existence, okay? So be careful and choose what you dream of, okay? Make that choice consciously. Because if you don't choose who you want to be, then the world will choose who you want to be. If you don't tell yourself who you want to be, then the world will tell you who to be. I hope this helps you manifest your true self, your dream self. Bless you.